Welcome to On the Edge with April Mahoney Brains. Here, this is the spot where the conversation is pointed, the guests are sharp, and the responses are never dull. Welcome home, Brains. There's only one requirement to hang out on the edge, is that you open your big brain and close your small mind. Did you bring your thinking caps? It's time to put them on, because the conversation starts now. Well, look who's here. Miller Browning. Okay, you think we got it together now, buddy?
I think we got it good now.
Sounds pretty good to me.
That sounds good to me.
Welcome to On the Edge with April Mahoney, Miller. This is the place, in case somebody told you, this is the spot right here where the conversation is pointed, the guests are sharp, and the responses are never dull. I'm so glad to have you as a guest. I've been waiting for you for a while. I connected with you and your mom on LinkedIn, and I found a jewel, Brains. This is a 17-year-old entrepreneur. Miller founded this company, Do Work That Matters, at the age of 13. He's going to tell us his story. He's going to give us some inspiration and some insight, tell us a little bit about his hobbies, what he does down there in North Carolina, and he's such the perfect gentleman. He has the best manners. So help me welcome him to the edge, Mr. Miller Browning. Hello, sir.
Hey, how are you?
I can't complain about nothing. Absolutely nothing. What are you doing down there in North Carolina today?
Nothing much.
Nothing much? I see you like the dirt bike.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah?
I used to race.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's pretty scary stuff. A friend of ours used to do that. Closest I've ever been is on one of those three-wheelers down in Mexico.
Those are sketchy.
Yeah, they are. Because I'm telling you, it's a lot of weight. It's a lot of skill. That sucker turn over on you and you jacked up.
Oh, yeah.
So tell me a little bit about you, Miller. How did you come up with this great inspirational idea and turn into an entrepreneur?
My earliest memories were really hanging out on the farm with my great-grandfather and my Uncle Eddie, riding the four-wheelers around, playing with the sheep, just trying to help around. And one day when I was coming back from a visit from the farm, I was like, I want to make my great-grandfather a shirt, my Uncle Eddie. So I put Do Work That Matters, and then I put a tractor logo on a t-shirt. And I was like, I'm going to make him a shirt. And then I was thinking of my other grandfather that was in the Navy, and my other grandfather that was a Marine and served 2 tours in Vietnam. And my parents really liked the idea. I told them about it. And a little while later, it kind of snowballed into I can make a whole lot of shirts for different occupations and turn this into kind of a big thing. There's so many people out there that do it that matters, and that saying fits with, so it just snowballed.
It does. Well, I mean, that's really a very selfless act, and I commend you. My husband's a first responder, and thank you for having my mug in the back, because I got your mug right here. Let me tell you about this mug here.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Magnificent, that's what I call my husband, loves this mug. He saw it, it came in, and I mean, we got tons of mugs. We got this one, we got mine, like you got in the back, but not him. He loved this, and it really resonated with his heart. And this is beautiful. This is a beautiful pottery.
Thank you.
And how they etched it inside. Tell me a little bit about that. Where did this design come from?
We worked hard looking at different mugs and talking with different companies and trying to get the right thing, right colors, the right etching and everything. And we really liked that company, and just worked good.
It does. It's really nice, and you can wash it and put it in the microwave. This is the business, okay? I was thinking about getting some bowls or something. You might have to give me the name of this company. So you sat there and you said, well, all these people are doing work that matters, and I'm going to honor them. So you say, do work that matters. And so you've come up with this business. Now, you're doing more than just making stuff for great people. You're making money. How did you develop a business sense? How did you really start saying, hey, you know what? Because you got to make money in business, or you're not in business. You volunteering.
Right. Well, it really never started that I wanted to sell t-shirts and make money. It was more about spreading a message.
Mm-hmm.
And they're everyday heroes. They're not what's on TV heroes. And stars and stuff. They're people that are really doing work that matters, saving other people's lives, putting other people before themselves. And I really just want to spread a message with it. Most everything that I make off this goes back into the company. We like to go to fire stations and police stations, hand out shirts and give pizzas and let them know that, people, especially in these times, that people care for them and that we're supporting them. And we
Yeah.
like to donate to a lot of things, a lot of charities, and help people out whenever we can. So it's really not about the money. It's more about spreading a message and trying to get it out there.
Well, money's not a dirty word, my friend, because again, you gotta make money to continue to spread the message. That's just how it goes. But you do a lot of other fun things too. What do you do for recreation? Okay, so now you dirt bike, and what else do you do?
I like to go fishing. I have a truck, I work on that and hang out with friends.
Okay, so wait, let me dial back. Fishing.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not a fisherwoman. I pack the lunch, okay, and I'll put the beers in the cooler.
Right.
What is it about fishing that you enjoy? I sit there and wait and wait. Okay, now, okay, if you're doing big fishing, you're getting something, but I never caught a big fish. What is it that you like about fishing?
It's really the peace and quiet,
Really?
If you go out there with yourself or even a couple buddies, you sit there, it's peaceful, it's relaxing, and then, catching a fish is just a big bonus.
Yeah.
Small or big, so I
Well,
don't
you're
know.
down there in North Carolina. What kind of fish is down there in the ponds down there?
I mainly fish for bass, but there's brim and crappie, and there's catfish and lakes and stuff.
Okay. And so now you say you hang out with your friends. Now, you got a little different mindset than most 17-year-olds.
Yes.
Do your friends talk business, or do they have that, or they're just
No.
somewhere else? They said no, somewhere else.
That's completely different. We don't ever talk about the work that matters. They don't really care about it, I guess, or support it. So some do, but there's plenty that don't
Yeah,
really care about it.
yeah, maybe because they just don't get it.
Oh yeah.
They don't get it, and that's okay. Everybody's not going to be there. But when you got to put on that other hat, when you got to put on the business hat, and you got to look at, the numbers, and you got to look at the quality of the product, and you got to look at production, and you got to look at delivery, and all of that, that puts you in a different kind of category. That makes you a lot more mature than them.
Right.
So what would you say to another 17-year-old that might be in the same place that wants to start a business? What kind of mindset do you think that they should be in?
You really can't give up or let other people influence you in not doing so, because there's always going to be people that are going to tell you not to, and that's stupid, or talk down on you, but you just need to persevere and push through it. And if you really believe in something, that you can make it happen.
Well, I love that you're not influenced by other people. That means that you are a leader and not a follower. And there's a lot of grown folks that can take your advice, because I was an entrepreneur at 5 years old.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I learned about business and what it meant, but also the importance of what I have to do and the significance of what I have to do.
Right.
So now, as you mature, maybe you'll continue with this and you'll be at one of these top retailers selling your stuff. But if not, what else would you like to do with your life?
Between school and Do It That Matters, I'm actually apprenticing as an electrician right now. So I'm learning electrical work. I've been wiring houses and fixing houses and stuff. So that could definitely be a way to go. I've also thought about the military.
What branch of the military?
Probably the Marines.
Really? Okay. I work on the Marine Corps base. I don't know, the Marines is tough. Well, I hear that drill sergeant, he tear you down to build you back up. We're a Navy family, but we love and honor the Marines too, because that's a hard job. You got to listen to my other interview. I had a former Secret Service kind of military guy from Australia. Crazy good. Give you some insight. Okay, so now electrician. I like that, because an electrician is still hands-on. There's a lot of people out here in the world that want to go into other types of fields, but they fail to realize that these basics are still a necessity. Plumbers,
Yes.
construction workers, electricians, truck
Uh,
drivers.
yeah, I'll never be out of work. It's always electrical work will always be needed, and I can take it anywhere in the world. And right now they're talking about jobs that really matter and essential people, and electrician is definitely one of those people.
It is. So, do you have siblings? Do you have brothers and sisters?
I have one brother. He is 27 and he owns Chick-fil-A. And
Really?
yes, in Chicago, Illinois.
Really? My cousin works for Chick-fil-A.
Really?
Chick-fil-A is a very progressive, thought-provoking, Christian, environmental,
Yes.
sound company. They have a lot of strong values. And I've noticed too that they are really good to their employees. I mean, they're like McDonald's used to be, franchising and education and funding. And, during the pandemic, they was giving out free sandwiches. So they have a heart. And you have to have a heart when you are in any business or you don't succeed. Would you agree?
Oh, definitely.
That is good. So, what do you do for other recreation? Do you know how to dance? Can you play an instrument?
I think I could dance if I needed to, but
What
I
do you say
don't
if you needed?
practice.
What kind of dance would you like to do?
um, I have no idea.
Oh, well, you know what? You're nice and tall. You told me you're 6'3". You'd be a mean salsa dancer.
I could probably do that if I practice a little
Pretty
bit.
good.
I don't play any instruments.
I play the guitar.
Do you?
I do. And
Teach me.
huh?
You'll have to teach me.
Okay, I'm trying to learn. Let me tell you, between trying to keep time, to remember my finger placements, and sing, and it's a job. But I did it because I wanted to stimulate my brain. As you get older, we get a little lazy, we get a little bit comfortable. We feel that we're entitled to certain things because we've done certain things, and that's the wrong attitude. What would you say to a 50-year-old person that's in business that's kind of struggling right now? What kind of encouragement would you give that individual?
Um, after so long of doing business, you can't just be like, well, this is good enough. I've made it here. This is all I've got. There's always room to grow. You can always keep going, keep improving, and better yourself.
There's a lot of challenges in the world, right now. People are real ugly. Have you
Yeah.
noticed that lately? I don't
Yes.
know, they showing up and showing out.
Yes.
And so, what do you think about the world today? What kind of advice or suggestions can you give adults to just, really do work that matters? What matters to you as a 17-year-old moving into the world?
I think people just need to take a step back and look at everything going on right now and realize, like, hey, something needs to change
Mhm.
because there's a lot of wrong going on in the world right now, and a lot of bad, and it's setting up bad for my future. Just, I think a lot of things need to change.
They do, and people are just so evil. What is important to millennials right now? I mean, like, is it clean water? Because you're a fisherman, the environment. Is it, race relations? Is it politics? Is it technology? What's important to you guys right now?
I think there's a small group that actually is really like a small percentage that is actually caring about like our future, about politics, about clean water, about food and farmers and stuff like that. And the rest are just kind of you know moseying on through and not really looking ahead.
They don't care about nothing, and that's adults too.
Right.
So, all right, now you're down in North Carolina and you like to fish. Do you like to hunt?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm a responsible gun owner. What do you think about the gun laws? Do you think that they're, and it's probably a heavy question. So, what do you feel with regards to um, responsibility and being a responsible gun owner? Because again, if you learn how to handle a weapon properly, like I said, I'm a responsible gun owner. It's not a problem. But you see people that are not responsible.
I think it's the parents' job at a young age to introduce it to them and teach them This really is a dangerous thing right here, and teach them how to properly use it and everything with that. But I know, background checks to get weapons and things, you can do all that you want, but there's always going to be a way to get it. Again, you can always go behind the system and get something, and that's pretty hard to control. But I think the parents talk to the kids at a young age and gun safety and everything, and teach them how to properly use it and what it's for and everything, and get to them.
Well, good. You say you got a truck. Are you driving now?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so let's talk about the responsibilities of a good driver. How about
Yes.
that? Because there's a lot of kids that get out there. See, now you live in North Carolina, and I'm sure that where you are, you got a little bit more freedom. The roads are a little bit more open, wide open spaces.
Yes.
You got these kids that are not, you got kids here in San Diego running around with Ferraris and Porsches, drunk driving. What
Oh,
would
yeah.
you say to be a responsible driver behind the wheel? Because you've just been driving well, I don't know, in North Carolina, maybe you've been driving a little bit longer, but what? You had your license a couple of years?
I got it when I turned 16, and I'm 17 now. I'll turn 17 December 2nd, or 18 December 2nd. I mean, sorry.
Okay. So what do you think about being a responsible driver?
I think it's a big important, really important, because anybody can get behind the wheel drunk and drive and stuff. But that could be my family out there driving, and that they could hit, hurt themselves. I think it's really important, because it's not just them they're putting in danger; it's everybody else out on the road. Texting and driving, doing your makeup while driving.
Oh, no.
It's it gets pretty ridiculous. Some of the people will do while they're driving.
Or filming Facebook
Yes.
while driving. I lost a friend that way. I
Really?
lost a friend that way, and it was devastating. What in
Wow.
the world could they possibly be saying that could be that important that it couldn't wait? I
Right.
was a distracted driver, didn't mean to. I was driving, and a big wood crate fell off of the back of a truck,
Wow.
and it exploded right in front of me. And if I just a split second, if I hadn't been paying attention, my life could have ended.
Yes. That's whenever I'm driving, I try and be defensive. I pay attention to what's going on around me. Everybody else, I'm more worried about, and keep an eye on them.
Well, you can't be defensive on that motorbike.
Oh, yeah, I can.
Yeah. So you're a racer?
Yes, I haven't raced in a while. I kind of, when I got the truck, it kind of quit. But before, I was heavy into it. During the week training, weekend racing, going to Tennessee, Florida, Pennsylvania, all over the place.
Let's go back to the t-shirt and the business for a while. What
Okay.
do you look for when you are looking for quality merchandise, like your shirts, for example? How do you vet your companies that you work with?
Well, when we were doing the shirts when we first started, we talked to a bunch of different companies, and we got sample shirts, and we'd feel them, the material and everything. And then once we took a long time finding the right shirt. Once we got the right shirt, doesn't shrink, doesn't feel soft, feels super good. And then we went through finding the right kind of ink, the way we want to feel on the shirt. It's super soft on the shirt. You can't feel it. It's just like a part of the shirt. It fades a little bit when you wash it. It gives a vintage kind of look. And we spent a lot of time also with the hats, getting the right hat, getting the right embroidering on it.
So you have done so many things. What is ahead for you in your future, Miller? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? You plan on maybe well, I know you're doing an electrician apprenticeship, but are you planning on maybe going to college and doing a little bit more exploration in the business world? Because I think you'd be a great asset.
I've been thinking about taking business classes at college, also going to college for electrical. I've got a couple ideas of what I might do.
Would you leave North Carolina?
No.
No, you love it?
Yeah, I'll most likely stay here.
What do you love so much about North Carolina? Make me want to come. Make me want to come visit.
The people, the trees, the weather's great. It's beautiful down here. It's super nice and relaxing, calm.
That's good. That's really good, because I'm telling you, I am in the hustle and bustle of the city. I'm originally from Los Angeles, concrete jungle, but I love the outdoors. I really do. I'm not so much a fishing, but I love the trees. I'm a tree hugger.
Yes, there's a bunch of trees out here all down the highways, all over the place. There's a bunch of cute little towns and little shops and stuff, boutiques.
Does your mom crochet or knit?
She does not.
No, because I'm telling you, I got some friends down there, and that's all the rave now. That everybody's crocheting and knitting and all that kind of stuff. So
Really?
that's good. Yeah, that's
I've
good.
heard.
So, do you have any questions of me?
I don't think so.
You'll be the first one. Well, I've enjoyed you so much. I think that you are such the perfect gentleman. You are very smart. Your parents have done a fantastic job of raising you. You are a young man that knows your own mind, and you are able to make wise decisions. That's why I kind of go deep and ask you some questions in your perspective, because there's a lot of grown folks that don't process what you've processed. There's a lot of grown folks that have not succeeded in a business. It's a lot of grown folks that don't care as much as you care. So to see someone that is 17, it really warms my heart. And I thank you so much for being a guest here with me on the edge. I want you to go back, you and your friends, and listen to other edgy conversations. I got some great stuff. I got a magician that's gonna
Really?
he's gonna come on and do some magic tricks. And
That's
maybe one day you'll take your phone out to the lake and show me one of these big bass that you've caught.
I'll send you a picture.
All right. So be sure to tell my brains how to get in contact with you, how to go in and purchase some shirts, because brains, that's what I need you to do. I need you to support Miller in his efforts to do this. And if you are a big retailer, and I know a lot of people, hook him up. See if you can give him some shelf space. How to get in contact with you, Miller?
If you go to www.doworkthatmatters.us, that'll be my website, and then we're on Facebook, Instagram, Do Work That Matters. We're on LinkedIn. You can find us, Do Work That Matters, or I'm Miller Browning on LinkedIn.
Okay, I got you. Brains, I need you to share. I need you to sign up for everything. Tune in to other edgy conversations right here on the edge, the place where the conversation is what pointed, the guests are sharp, got entrepreneurs, and life is good. Thank you so much, Miller. I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.